Hi there, how are you? Welcome to Maths for Data Science. This is Vivek. So in the next few videos, we will learn how we can use Pandas data frame to do the data analysis and do the number crunching. So let us start. For these particular tutorials, the Pandas tutorials, we will be using the Stack Overflow survey data. This link I will share in the description. So please, you can go and download this particular data. So you can choose any of the data points you have. I have taken the recent one, which is 2023. I have already downloaded it. Let me show you what exactly it contains. So if you can see, you will get a zip file. If you unzip it, you will get four files: CSV, the text file, and the schema CSV. Let us go to the read file to understand better what exactly this data contains. So we will not go to each and everything, just we will concentrate on this particular first and second point. And that is a CSV file we will be using and working on. So first is survey result public. It contains the response of the survey from each and every person and one row corresponding to the response of a survey from a particular person. There is a second file which says result schema CSV. This particular file tells that what exactly each and every column signifies in results public. So we will go more into these two files, understand it better, and we will use Pandas data frame to do the number crunching and understand the data. So the first, to use the Pandas data frame, first you have to install the Pandas data frame. If you are directly installing from the Jupyter notebook, you have to do !pip install pandas. When you do it and when you execute it, it will automatically install the pandas module in your Python environment. If you're directly running from the command prompt, you need not include the ! You can directly do pip install pandas, or you can do a conda install pandas if you have a conda in your system. So I'm removing it because I already have the pandas installed. So here I'm importing pandas, saying that import pandas as PD. Here, this particular part I'm saying this pandas, give it a alias name as PD. And this is a very standard process or standard alias name we give to pandas. Instead of PD, you can mention as PEF or or you can give any of the aliases of your choice. But this is a standard practice for pandas. We use PD. Let me clear the output and run it from the start, so it will be very clear. So now I have imported the pandas. Now here I'm just using this OS module to show you the current working directory. See, the current working directory is my user profile name, Python course for DS, and course code. So in this, if you see where I have saved the Stack Overflow survey data, you can see I've saved it under course code. In that you have a stack data folder. In that you have these files. So now if you see the current working directory is course data, just remember this. I will let you know why I have shown you this. Now, next step, we will first understand how we can load that particular CSV data in Pandas data frame. Currently, we are working with CSV file, but there are other ways to create a data frame. You can use Excel format, JSON format, or other format, which we will learn in the later videos. But for now, we are using the CSV format, CSV file to load into a data frame. So now here to load it, you just simply say pd dot, what is this PD? PD is this alias name of pandas dot read CSV. So before that, let me run a dir on PD to see what are the available methods and attributes we have. So now if I scroll down, yeah, if I scroll down, see these are all the options available to create a data frame. So you can read from the clipboard, from CSV, from Excel, from Feather, FW. These are the different formats. Read SDF, HTML, JSON, or Parquet file, pickle file, SAS. So these are all the available options we have to read from. Currently we are using CSV, and later we will explore the JSON also, Excel also. That would be in the future videos. So I'm saying pd.readCSV. Now I have shown you that in course code, I've created a folder stack data. So I'm saying as the current working directory this, I'm saying, so I'm not mentioning it the exact part here. I'm saying stack data slash the file name. So it knows that the pandas knows that first it has to check within this path, or it will check within this path that in the course code it checks for the stack data, and then in that it checks for the respective file. Let me execute and show you that it has checked and uploaded the file. So now in this df variable, you have this particular survey results underscore public CSV data. And this particular variable now we say it as a data frame. So now you have uploaded, now you would like to see that, see the data. Suppose you have 1 lakh data points, but you would like to just see the top n number of data points that we can see. If you do df dot head, it will show you top n number of data points. By default, it shows only 5 data points. Suppose you would like to see top 10 data points, then you see df dot head, open bracket, you see the number of rows you would like to see, and you run it. So it shows you the top 10 data points. Here, if you observe, there's one more. When you have created data frame, here one index is created, and index is started from 0. And if I say 10, starting from 0, 9 should be the last index. So let me print the index also for you. So to access the index, you simply say df.index, enter. So now it says the index range starts from 0 and it ends at 89184. So there are total number of 89184 data points. So that much data point it has, and it has created an index. So whenever you create a data frame, by default it creates the index if you did not mention an index. So we will further understand how we can create a custom index rather than this default index which data frame generates. So the next is the tail. As head is used to print or see the top n number of data points, tail is used to print the last n number of data points. So if I run, it will also show the last 5 data points. So starting from the nth, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. So now you can see this is the last data point. From here, it has shown the last 5 data points. And here also, if you would like to see the last 10 data points or n data points, you have to mention the number here and execute it. Now it will show the last those many data points. The next part here is, now it's okay. You have seen that the first n number of data points and last n number of data points, but you would like to see how many total rows and total column exist in this data frame. To get that information, you use the shape attribute. It's not a function, it's not a method, it's an attribute. So if you do df.shape, it will give you that shape of data frame. So the first item here is the number of rows, the second item is the number of columns. Now it says there are total 89184 rows and total number of columns are 84. Here I would like to show, now suppose you would like to see all the column names here. For that thing, you can use df.columns. It is again an attribute. When you run it, it will list you all the column names here. Okay. Now here I would like to pinpoint one thing. Now here, when we run the df.shape, we have seen that there are 84 columns. But when I'm running a df.head or tail, and if I scroll to the right, I could see this is not the 85 rows. Sorry, it does not seem to be 85 columns. Why is that? Because by default, pandas displays certain number of columns only. The remaining it squeezes. So here, if you can see, at this particular point, you can see dot dot dot. It means certain columns which exist between learn code online and frequency 1, that is squeezed. So it is not shown here because pandas shows a default number of columns only. The same with the rows also. Let me show that also. So if I say here, instead of head or tail, if I say df and run it, you can see it has shown only n number of data points because it should have a 89,180 data points. in between certain data points are squeezed. Why it's happening? Because it's a predefined, it is a default number of rows it shows. Let us see currently what's the default number of rows or columns it shows. For that thing we use pd.get option, and in that we are saying display.max column, display.max rows. If I run this, okay, let me print. So now it says the first print is for maximum column, second print is for max rows. So it says the maximum column it shows when you do df or df.head. If you print it, it's 20 columns and max is a 60 rows. Suppose you would like to change it. For that thing, suppose now you would like pandas to show all the 85 columns. For that thing, you use the set option. Here we are using the get option, where you are getting the existing configurations of displaying max column and max row. Here you are setting that particular option. And now here you have seen you have passed only one argument. Here you will pass two arguments. One, the first argument is whether you would like to set the columns or row, maximum number of columns or rows. Second argument is how many. So here I'm passing 85. Now if I run it, it means, and I will run this particular get option again. Now you can see it is changed to 85. It means if I do now df dot head, or if I print df or df dot head, I could see all the 85 columns here. If you observe, there is no three dots available here. It means it's not squeezing the columns, but it's displaying all the columns here. Same thing I can do it for rows also. Here the default is 60, but I say I would like to print 100 default, and here I am printing df instead of df head. You can see. So a small correction here. Here we have to set the minimum rows, not the maximum. What it means is when I set max rows, it means maximum it will display those many rows. But if I say minimum rows, it means it has to display minimum of 100 rows. It can display more than that, but minimum is bare minimum is 100 rows. If I set it to minimum 100 rows and if I execute now, you can see it has displayed the 100 rows. Let us count and understand. So starting from 0, it has displayed the first 50 rows. From here onwards, it displays the last 50 rows. So 89134 plus 50, it should be 89184. So let us go and check it. So it is 89183, including this 891. So that is including 89134. It means the total count is 50. You can count. If I say 89134 plus 50, it means we are not counting this, but including this, the total count here would be the last 50 data points. So this is how you can set the maximum number of rows or minimum number of rows you would like to display. You would like to display whenever you're printing the data frame. So the next, let us load that schema also, as we have read it, that this results.schema is nothing but the explanation of each and every column in the result in the survey underscore results underscore public. So I'm loading that also. Same way I'm saying the pd.read csv. The read.csv takes a couple of arguments we will understand in the following videos how it works. But for time being, we are just going on the introduction level, where I would like you to get the flavor of this pandas data frame and how we can use it. So now let me print it. Now here you see there is a queue ID and there is a queue name. So we have to go ahead with the queue name, which tells that explanation of each and every column. Now we take this main branch, which is saying which of the following options are best described, and it is certain part is concatenated. So what is this main branch? So let us go here and see. This is the main branch column in our survey public. So it gives the explanation what exactly the main branch is here. So let me print. So now that's good. Now you understood the data. Now how I can extract the data from, suppose you would like to extract only n number of data points from here, from the survey or from the public. For that thing, we have a couple of options. One option, you can use iloc. Iloc means integer location. And there is a one more option which is lock, which is non-integer location. So iloc means you can access certain data points in the pandas data frame by passing the integer information. Here you can see I have used the list split operation, which we have learned in the list the same way. But let me take it out and show it to you. Now, suppose I would like to extract the first value of the data frame. So as the index starts from 0, I will say 0. Now you can see all the columns have been extracted for that particular row, which is the 0th row. Now you say that's fine, I have extracted the 0th row, but I don't want all the columns. Suppose I want this column, main branch, which is it's at the third position, but in terms of when you give, so it's at the third position, but it starts from the 0, 1, 2. So its column index is 2. So now it's giving us none of these. So let us validate whether that's a correct output or not. I'm saying 0. So none of these. So that's a correct output. Now suppose you would like to extract the age, that is the fourth position and the third column index. So you get the output. Now you say it's okay, I'm extracting only one column at a time. Now I need a range of the columns. Suppose you are saying now starting from this particular main branch till this year's code, I need that information. So for that thing, so this is at the third column index, 1, 2, 3, yeah, second column index, and this might be at third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 12th. So from the second, I'm saying 12th. So this is how we use in the list of the same way we can use it here. Now I got that information. Here the 12th is inclusive. If you see it generally in the list, the ending is not included, but in pandas, the ending is included. It's not excluded. The same thing you can apply here where you're extracting the columns. You can say I am extracting from the 0th column to 100 columns. You can do that. So now you see that from 0 to 100, now you have got first 100 data points here, starting from 0. Here is starting from 0 till 99. So you have total 100 data points. That's how you can extract it. Now you can say, yeah, I can use this split operators to split the data and get a number of data points. But you say, I know which all rows I require as an output. So even that you can give, you have to create, you have to open and close a square bracket. In the square bracket, you can mention which all rows you require. Say I need 0th row, then 100th row, then 1000 row, then 10,000 row. If you execute it, you will get only those many rows. So now you're saying just extract only 0, 100, 1000, 10,000. So those data points you can see here. Same thing you can do it on the columns also. Now I'm saying randomly, we know we have total 85 columns. So I'm saying I need the first column, I need 10th, I need 20th, 30th, 83rd. So only those many columns you can see. This is how iloc can be used. But so suppose now you would like to get the data points which are at the odd location or even location. Even that can be achieved. So for that thing, you can use df iloc and you can apply a lambda function here, which I'm saying x dot index. So I have already shown that index attribute. So now I'm saying x dot index. So it will divide each and every index with 2. If the output is greater than 0, it means that's an odd number. If it's equal to 0, that's an even number. So let us print this thing. Now here you can say 1, 3, 5, 7, because when I'm dividing something with 2 and the remainder, if it's not 0, it means that's not the even number. So that's a basic math. So here 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So you got all the odd numbers, location data points. Now if I make it as equal to, it means I should get all the even location data points. Now see 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's how you can get the odd and even location data points also. So that's how you can extract the data points for odd and even location. So we will end this video here. In the next video we will go one step deeper in pandas to understand it better. Currently we have learned log. In the next video we will learn log and other options also, how we can play with the indexes, how we can reset the index, how we can create a custom index, and those things we will learn in the next video. So in the description I have mentioned the coding exercises. Please go through it. It will help you to just get started with the pandas data frame. So that's it for this video. I will meet you in the next video. Till then, I'm Vivek signing off. Bye bye.